In order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision. Your life can only be as good as you think it is. We all know that person, and we've all been that person at some point in our lives who have everything that they really need for their life to be good, but they still are able to suffer every day. Like, I think of so many times in my life where in hindsight it wasn't so bad and I was making it so much harder than it needed to be for myself. Life becomes hard for no reason when you focus on the problems and what might go wrong and what's going wrong, and this is happening at work and my boss is like this and my parents are getting separated. But when you think about your life when you kind of like zoom out a little bit, and you realize that everyone has these kind of problems going on in their lives, and the people who focus on being pleasant and daydreaming and being optimistic and focusing on the good are the ones who are having a good life, not the ones who actually have it better. Regardless of if things are actually going bad in your life, if you believe that they are, if you believe that you're unlucky, you will kind of walk around with like this gloomy, cloudy personality that kind of brings other people down. When really what's going on is that problems are kind of like the clouds above your head, and when you're on a plane and you go above the clouds and it's sunny, it's always sunny above the clouds. And I think the people who can see that and can always remember that in the midst of the problems are the ones who can enjoy life in spite of the problems that we all have and that you have to have in life. The positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. I'm personally someone who defaults to the negative a lot in my life when I think I'm going through a problem. But over the years in my life, when I've gone traveling and things like that, and I've seen people working weeks to make what I make in a day, people fishing through like rubbish bins for dinner. When you see things like that, you realize that problems are relative, and you realize that how you view your problems is actually all that colors what they are, because someone in a first world country can think that they have a problem because they're not allowed to work from home, for example, whereas people in another country who don't have that opportunity are just they just want a job, especially a job in like Australia. Like, that would be their dream. Forget working from home, they'll do whatever. And I guess I've distilled this whole idea into sort of 3 parts. The first part is, don't mistake a little bit of rain for a massive end of the world storm. So when you're going through problems at work, or you have pimples, or you think you have a big nose or something, or you had an argument with someone you love, like, don't think that that is the big problem in the world. That's a mistake that I made so much in my life and I continue to make. And my advice to anyone who does that as well is to just have some perspective in those moments. Like, look around, zoom out, think about how many people there are in the world and what their problems are, and it helps you to realize that, okay, it's not the end of the world, it's just something small, like, I'll get through it. I think to inflate your problems is one of the most wrong and kind of sinful things you can do. It's almost like if you think that your job is a problem because you're not allowed to work from home or something like that, and someone out there is struggling to get food, it just really is, it's kind of a horrible thing to do if you think about it that way. The second thing to remember is, when you have real problems going on, like bad things, that your family is sick and things like that, remember that above the clouds there's always sun. Problems come and go. Remember to live your life with optimism, with courage, with positivity. Be pleasant as you can and be as grateful as you can for the things that are going right. And number 3, when things are going right, enjoy it. It's important to not be bored or feel like life is so stagnant. If life is boring and stagnant, it means that things in your life are going well, because it means no one's sick, it means there's no major issues going on. and it just means that you shouldn't don't overcomplicate things. Don't start to make problems out of nothing. Don't focus on a pimple. Don't focus on something going wrong at work. Just remember that if things are going right, that's good. That doesn't have to always be exciting. I guess in summary, I just wanted to say to people who are struggling with this, like myself, that if things aren't that bad, don't victimize yourself. Stop making life harder than it needs to be. Just enjoy life. When there are problems, there are problems. Everyone has problems. There's always going to be them. So just try and think positively, see life for what it is, be grateful for the things that you do have, and hopefully that'll make your life a little bit easier to live. Remember how lucky you are to have the things that you do have, and when you're going through real problems, remember that there's always the sun above the clouds and you're always going to be okay, and things are just bad momentarily. So I hope that helped. My name is Aaron. I write a weekly newsletter. These videos are based off of that newsletter. So this is a few weeks old. So if you want to be up to date, they're just emails. They're free. I don't spam with marketing or anything like that. So yeah, you can sign up below if that sounds interesting. If not, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.